Hello, everybody. Welcome to
Comic Gamer Movie Show.
And today we will be bringing you our review of
Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
So,
Love
for those of you who don't, well, let's backtrack. For those of you who do not remember, we made a video reviewing Kong Skull Island, and we all inferably liked it. Very good movie. Excuse me, a little gassy. I apologize. The post-credit scene of that movie had me coming in my pants.
Yeah, that's
you
not
know,
metaphorical.
You know that song? You know that song, "Jizz in My Pants"?
That's not metaphorical for Steph.
That was literally, that was me. I was like, "Jizzed in my pants." Like, literally, that post-credit scene had me like, oh my god, like, the hype. I was excited, but I had my doubts.
I was excited too. I was like, man, Seth's excitement got me excited. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, cause I was hyped. I was like, oh, that's cool. But Seth was so hyped that it got me going. Like, okay, maybe I am more hyped than I thought I was.
Well, here's the thing. When I first saw it, obviously it was, it was fresh in my mind. I was like, oh my god, they could finally undo the badness that was 2014 Godzilla, which I always say the last fight between him and the dude was whatever. It was good. It was a good fight. It was enjoyable. The entire movie before that, though, was trash. I thought that movie was just garbage. I'm sorry. The movie was garbage.
It's got a fresh and Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't care. But literally the Godzilla fight was the only thing that I liked about that whole movie, and I just hated it. But this one, I had hope. I had hope that they would really bring out the kaiju lore, the Hollow Earth thing. They brought up Monarch again, which was kind of cool, and all this. And I was like, damn, this would be good. The trailer came out, like the real trailer. I was like, oh my god, like, it's gonna be like fucking Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra. And I was like, oh my god.
This is gonna be amazing.
If they were like to drop like Jet Jaguar in that, dude, I would, my head.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a part in this movie, minor spoilers, where I kind of did think for a second there, where when he was like, there's a part in the movie where at one point somebody in the military goes, we got this secret weapon. I was like, Jet Jaguar. Like, I knew it wasn't gonna be Jet Jaguar, but in the back of my mind, I don't know why this voice went, Jet Jaguar.
Pretty much. And like, if they would have said like Project like Jaguar or something like that.
I know, dude, they could have went MCU and just had like a couple post-credit scenes. What project you working on?
Project Jaguar.
Jaguar. Yeah!
It's like, if it was in there, it would have happened all over again. It would have happened all over again. But, Jet Jaguar and like Mecha Godzilla and all that shit wasn't in here, so, oh well. But who knows, maybe we'll see that later. But anyway, I was so hyped for this. Then another trailer came out. I think the second trailer came out. And I was a little worried. I was like, oh man, mainly it was the acting. It was the people in it that I was like, man, I hope that the cast does really, really good. And then now comes the movie. And I can say that shout out out. This is a lot better than 14, in my opinion. This is a lot better than Godzilla 14. I will say that
I had far good fun more than I had a lot more better time with this than the 2014 one.
Yeah, that one. The
2014 one, like I've seen some people defend this. I've seen guys like Dan Merle and Screen Junkies defending and go, oh well, it harkens back to the classic Godzilla where they really didn't show him, where it was like a build up to his appearance. And some people say
that's a legitimate argument, but I would have liked to have at least seen half and half. If you wanted to do the Bryan Cranston or the people route, then you kind of have to give Gojira the respect, man. But it felt like 14 really didn't do that until the end. I was kind of like, damn, like really, like all this build up, and you get this epic fight.
Yeah, and he's fighting.
But the
two things you haven't even heard of before.
Yeah, he's fighting two different kaiju you heard. And like I said, the fight was great, but the build up wasn't this epic build up. It wasn't like Star Wars, I'm your father build up. It was like, it was very, very just meh build up, and then then all of a sudden the end was like, oh my god. This one was like, oh my god, the entire way through, in terms of the monster fights. Now we're gonna not spoil it, so no spoilers here, but excuse me, I'm like really like my voice is kind of weird today. Godzilla. Oh, basically, 5 years have passed since the last incident in San Francisco got nailed by Godzilla, and now he's back in the sea hiding. Well, it turns out though he wasn't hiding; he was looking for something, and that something is King Ghidorah, Kaiju Zero, and Monarch's been hiding him and all the other kaiju for a while now. But at this point in the story, it's a really bad kept secret. Because it's one of those things where, I mean, why you try to kind of keep the secret? Everyone knows about it now. It's like,
yeah, like they can't. They're not. Well, it's not. They're not keeping it. Like it seems like it's more public because you see in the beginning like they're answering questions about how much do you buy the government, how much do you know, how much are you not telling us? You know,
pretty much.
Why aren't you underneath our government? Why aren't you under our control? Like you're private
business with this much knowledge and power, and you know it's that whole thing. And basically the argument is that the Monarch side is they think they can live in peace with most, but they, I mean, I'm not gonna lie,
they admit that some of these creatures could be hostile immediately, but they do believe that Godzilla and like Mothra could live alongside us. Yeah,
and there
are
is
some
evidence
that could live alongside us. That there are some that, as long as Godzilla is on top,
yeah,
he'll either take care of them or they'll bow to him.
Yeah, one of the two, and then later on, and then same thing with Kong. Kong is the same way. I mean, Kong leaves the tribe of that island, of Skull Island, alone, so it is possible. So their theories aren't just wild cards.
Yeah,
they do, like I said, they do that pretty well, where the logic is sound most of the time.
But of course, you got the other opposite, which is let's just kill them all.
Just kill them.
Which, if we're being real, I still by the end of the movie, I was okay. But I still can't come off the idea that killing them all would probably be the most sensible way to go
because
about
the argument they made in the movie was if we kill them, we'll all die off anyway. I'm sitting there going like, but they never really explain why. But it's a movie, so it's
like cliche. Just we'll kill each other, we'll kill ourselves, and destroy
we'll kill ourselves off. But you know,
if we kill them, there'll be no one to stop us from destroying
ourselves. But if we let them live, then they might kill us, most of us, but we'll be more left to live. The ends justify the means, that whole bullshit. Survival of the species, that whole shit. So anyway, it's Monarch is under attack by this terrorist. And the terrorist is an eco-terrorist who wants the Earth to reserve the natural order. The main character is taken because of a device. The story moves on from there. I really can't say much more without spoiling it.
I'm gonna go to the positives. Most of the positives.
Most of the positives.
The design of the creatures in Godzilla are beautiful. There are some breathtaking, beautiful shots in this movie. There's a shot that you've seen in the trailer of Godzilla shooting up and shooting his nuclear stuff up in the air. There's a beautiful shot of Ghidorah in his own self-contained storm, but you can kind of see his heads like inside the cloud and the lightning.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt the Armageddon of this because there's this one shot that you see in the trailer too, where like they move the shot over DC, and DC looks like a fucking looks like hell has just invaded Earth, and it looks stunning.
And it doesn't help that, and like Ghidorah though, to even hit on him more, I love the fact that all three of his heads had different personalities. You could clearly tell because it would have been very easy to just have him have three heads. It's just three heads, you know. You don't really put too much attention on it, but no, they made each of his you could see his heads talking to the. You couldn't understand what they were saying
because they're animal.
Because you could see the heads talking to the other heads
and them making gestures. You could see
the other
one
heads
head doing one thing, and one head saying that was stupid, or it looks like it was annoyed with the other head. It was like, damn. That is really, really cool. And the other thing, too, is that they made Ghidorah... They all paid homage to the old movies by, they didn't make Ghidorah himself, gold. They made his lightning gold. Or his lightning breath gold. Yeah. And the same thing with Rodan. Rodan, when you see him, isn't this red pterodactyl. He's a fire pterodactyl.
Yeah.
He lives in a volcano. So it's so you can see the burning shit off of him, that is red, but, it pays homage to it. Which is really, really cool.
They pay a lot of homage to a lot of things in here. They pay homage to, and this is kind of a minor spoiler, they pay homage to Mothra's offspring.
Yeah.
Because in the the lore, Mothra had two offspring babies. So they pay homage to that.
They paid homage to that. They also paid homage to the fact that it starts off as a larva first before it crystallizes into that.
They even, and like I said, these are things that aren't to the plot, so it's not that big of a deal to me personally. So I'm gonna just say it. There was a worry when I was going into this movie about, because one of the great things about Ghidorah is Ghidorah's not from Earth.
No,
Ghidorah's an alien. He's an alien. He's not from Earth, and I was worried that they were gonna just be like, oh well, he's from here. He's just he's just one of the kaijus. He's a bad one.
Yeah.
But no, they straight up said it.
He's alien.
He's alien. He's from somewhere else. All these, because all the other creatures are just larger versions of something
of animals that are gone extinct.
Have gone extinct or existed.
At one point,
he is a dragon. There's nothing that looks like him.
A dragon on Earth that never existed on Earth.
Even the health,
hell. I'm like Rodan was a pterodactyl.
Even the things that he could do, they were baffled by some of the things that he does do in the movie that. shock them, which the fact that Ghidorah could do things that made they even screw them up made me go, well, damn, then he must not. They were like, there's something missing about him. He's beyond, normal human understanding.
Pretty much. And I love that whole like Lovecraftian idea of the unknown. We don't know what these things are. We don't know what these things are capable of or how they communicate or whatever. But also I love the fact too that every single one of the kaijus look like the predecessor of animals.
Yeah.
Because you see one, not for very long. You see one. It's not really a spoiler. It looks like a big woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
It looks like a bit. So you could be able to be like, oh, so that was like the original elephant like creature.
And then you see one that's kind of like a spider.
And you see one that's a spider, and it's like, oh, that's like, so it's kind of like, it pays homage to that, oh, these are like the father of all things of creatures. Like, the big spider's probably the father of all arachnids, and all, and and like all that shit. But Ghidorah, there's never been a dragon on Earth, ever. There's never been one.
He's not from Earth.
Because he's not from Earth, which I thought was
it's
so
probably
cool.
why fucking, why particularly fucking whatchamacallit hates him so much. Why Godzilla wants to eradicate him. He's not from here.
Because he shouldn't be here. And also, he, took his castle from him.
Yeah, but once I get to that, it's a little...
Yeah.
That's a little spoiler.
But that's a little... Yeah, alright. So that's the only thing you know, is that Ghidorah kind of fucked Godzilla up early on. But that's about it. So anyway, let's get into the...
one more positive. I like the main guy.
The main guy...
the main guy...
His name's Mark.
Mark was good. He was a smart guy.
I can't remember that actor's name.
Kyle Chandler.
Kyle Chandler.
He didn't make any stupid decisions. He
was very rational for...
He was extremely rational. He knew how to handle every situation. Like, there was a couple
He was the most human.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
Like, if everyone was like him, this movie would have been a 10 out of 10.
Fantastic.
But he was good. Like, he helped me out with this movie because he was so good that it made me kind of not overlook, but kind of like, some other things didn't bother me as much as they would have if he wasn't in the movie. But my opinion, if the main guy human works, then it kind of makes the medicine go down a bit easier.
It does. Yeah.
And I liked him. He had a lot to say. He was a smart guy. You understood his motivations completely, and you understood where he was coming from. Mm-hmm. So,
and the female who you will remember she plays the wife in The Conjuring. I never remember.
Yeah,
her name.
She plays the wife in The Conjuring.
She plays the wife from The Conjuring, who's like psychic-ish. So so think of her like that. It was her. And
she's also in Bates Motel.
Bates Motel too. And she played a pretty good role too, but she was very much. They both were very human.
Yeah, Ken. Cool. God, I say his name wrong. The Asian guy who was like the director of it, who was like with Kong. He was good. I thought he was good.
I thought he was really good too. Those three are like the big three of this movie in terms of the human actors. Everyone else around them is either meh or just terrible.
Well, the Asian ladies okay. I thought the Japanese ladies were okay. They didn't because there's some things that
I thought they were pretty
was cringy.
I mean, some of the things that was cringy and that too. They never really provided any useful information.
Well, she provided a couple useful informations more about like
the legends.
Well, about the legends. That's what she brought was like
the history behind
all these creatures.
About like the carvings.
She was the one who brought up the fact that Ghidorah isn't from Earth. Yeah. She was the one who came was like, yeah, like he's not from Earth. No, because she said that all the other creatures there are no writings about. Uh-huh. There are no like writings that have passed through history about. But he was like, Ghidorah, there's so many writings, it's as if people don't want you to even know that the actual thing existed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was pretty interesting there, and that's really about it for positives. Oh, that when the monsters actually fight,
the fights are great.
The fights and the reveals,
they feel epic.
They feel epic. Like,
I will say, I do kind of, dude. There is something like very, because I remember my friend Willie. He asked me about this when we saw the trailer for this, and he was like, I heard you and Steph want to go see this. What's the big deal about it? And I remember telling him, I was like, there's something very epic about the idea of these creatures that are so old, so massive, that we are so insignificant to them.
Yeah.
They're so old.
It's very Lovecraftian.
They're so old that they've been carved on walls.
They're huge.
And shit.
They're massive creatures, too. They're taller than skyscrapers.
I mean, there's a scene that you've seen in the trailer where Rodan kind of just goes over a city. He's not attacking the city. He just goes
over it. And his wings are causing a windstorm so bad it's ripping roofs off the fucking building.
It's chucking people in the air.
It's just chucking people into the air, cars and all that shit. It looks like it's causing destruction, which is like...
He's not doing anything.
He's just flying.
He's flying right over.
He's flying right over it. And, I mean, you saw in, Godzilla 2014, which at the beginning of this movie, that's where it starts. It starts at that point where it's like San Francisco is just demolished. And that's one of them. And arguably Godzilla's the most powerful one. But so if that's only one of them can do, like, it's that epic. That's why I love the Kaiju-verse so much. The giant monsters and all that shit. Which is, I don't know why. That's, like, very child of me.
It is, but it's something very unique about the idea of these creatures who are so larger than you.
Yeah.
Like, the fact, like, there's something humbling about it.
Yeah, because we humans think we're top shit because we can make technology. We can do this. We can
There's
do that.
something very humbling about this creature who's just so old, so big.
You're so insignificant to him.
Yeah.
Like, all you are is just like an ant on the ground. Like, what ants are to us, kind of what they see us as.
And watching those creatures fight, awesome.
Yeah, they were awesome. But now I think we should get into the negatives.
Yeah,
there was a lot of useless characters outside of the main 4 we listed earlier.
Let me get my negatives out the way first.
All right.
There's a lot of the useless characters, as you said.
Yeah,
like
useless.
There's
like,
some
they
characters
don't
who
do
just
anything.
say stupid things all the time. And
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, what's the fucking
there was this
point?
one guy's name was, what, Steve or something?
Something like that.
Steve,
I don't
John,
know.
whatever. I don't
Dude,
know.
I didn't
He was
need
like
to
literally
remember.
like all he did. There's a scene in the movie. It's not really a big spoiler, but like the guy, Mark's character is leaving. He's going somewhere. He's going somewhere, and the guy's like, "Where are you going? Why are you going?" And then he says, "Why?" And then he's like, "Okay, that makes sense," and that's it. I'm like, why'd you come out here to try and tell him to not to leave? Like, what? Like, why?
The plot is very thin and
The plot is barely passable. It barely passes as a movie plot.
It's a very thin plot. It doesn't. I mean, sometimes it doesn't make any crack of sense. It feels
Not
like
really.
the whole thing with the wife is a little meh.
Yeah, the whole thing with the wife is very meh. But like I said, I like the fact that they at least were well. It's like you said, they took a tragedy. Not saying what it is. They took a tragedy 2 different ways. So they are the most human out of all of them. I will give them that. But other than that, it's like their motivations for all this was like, I do not see any rational human being, even human beings that have gone through tragedy, coming to this conclusion.
The thing is, like I said, I could never get past the idea that I'm like, so your solution is just to hope and pray that
they
millions
won't
of
kill
people
us.
won't kill us. Like, that they won't kill us. Like,
because
people try to compare this to the superhero thing, and I'm like, no. Superheroes are people.
They're human people. They're the size of people.
They're human people who just happen to have godlike powers, but it's like, these are animals. I don't care how old they are.
They're basically giant dinosaurs.
They're animals.
Like, and that's they say that in the movie too. Is that these things are not like they're intelligent, but they're animalistic. They follow a pack. They follow a leader, an alpha. Like, they're very animal-like and such. So it's like, if someone like Ghidorah comes around to like screw shit up, it's like, yeah, these things are gonna just seven. You're putting the lives of 7 billion people at risk, all because you hope that they're gonna be nice to us. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I could never quite get past that. The whole thing, with
even if there was a possibility,
even the thing with the whole machine, and I was just like, what? Like, why can't Ghidorah just wake up? And his presence waking up made other people wake up. But instead, they went with this whole machine thing, and
only this machine can do it, and it's just like, wait, what? Like, makes no sense. Like I said, there's a lot of decisions made in this movie that no rational human being could ever come up with.
And Godzilla, and it was. I didn't think it would bother me as much as I thought it would, but the fact that Godzilla got a lot, like, I'm just minor spoiler, he got a lot of help. Mm-hmm. And from the humans, and a lot of his fights, and it didn't bother me, but I was just like, well, fuck, man, did you really win?
Yeah.
Like, how can you be like, I'm king? I'm like, well, fuck, man, yeah.
You had help.
You had a shit you should.
I mean, I think it would have been more badass if he won by himself.
The reason they put they just trying to justify the people being there.
Yeah, they try to justify the people being there, and it's terrible.
Honestly, even like they had this cheesy line of dialogue, we'll be in the fight this time. And it's like, dude, you have no reason to be here.
Yeah.
Godzilla should. And if you go look up, because they released a couple things, if you type it up on the internet, there's a Monarch site that they put up for the movie. And there's like profiles on each of the monsters. And if you see the profile on Ghidorah, it says that he got put in that ice. So Ghidorah got there because Godzilla kicked his ass. So obviously Godzilla got fucked too, but Ghidorah got fucked up too. So he has done it before. So I didn't.
Why can't he do it again?
Yeah, I didn't quite like just the sheer amount of times he needed to get help against this thing. I'm like, you're Godzilla.
Like, yeah, that was pretty dumb. And that's another thing too. If this Ghidorah fellow was the alpha, why didn't the other monsters help him?
That's true. They didn't show up until
They didn't show up till the very end of the fight, and I was like, "Whoa, what? Like, why? Where were you guys when basically, if I was Ghidorah, like, where were you guys when I fucking needed you? Like, really? Because I don't know. It was one of those things where the plot is so thin, but it's
the
barely
plot
passable.
the plot isn't that great. Some of the dialogue is very old and cheesy. And
You notice
it's not. You know what? I won't say it's bad dialogue. It's just
bad dialogue.
old, and it feels like it's 90s dialogue.
No, it's old, but it's barely passable.
Yeah, it's like
as decent
old,
dialogue.
It's like old 90s dialogue from like a different time.
It's weird. It really is weird. What else? Like the plot pacing is kind of all over the place too. Did you notice that? How like it's speed up, slow down, get really slow, speed back up again, slow down.
But let's talk about the bit worst thing this movie does. Convenience.
Oh God! You know what? We all know movie logic.
Perfect timing is never been used.
I've never seen perfect timing used this much. Like I'm not gonna spoil really anything, but I'll give you an idea. Like literally every time when you think something's gonna happen, like oh my God, something's gonna happen. The thing is, it pulls them out.
They do it so much that you start to see it coming.
It
kind of reminded me of Aquaman with the explosions. Every time there's a quiet moment, there's an explosion.
Explosion every single time. Or in a bad horror movie when there's a jump scare, then the music stops.
Yeah,
and it's like.
But they do it so much that I'm like, I'm thinking as the guy of someone watching this, I'm like, how doesn't the director the writer even know that this is happening? How did you let this go through? And you're like, no one said that. It's kind of weird that we just keep doing the same thing again and again. You figure someone would have said something, but
I guess not. But the convenience is like I said, like if it happened like once or twice,
like I didn't like the first time we were like, oh, that's convenient,
and that was a joke. It was like, oh, okay, that's convenient. Second time it happened, like okay, a little lucky there. Third time we were like, oh my God, are you serious? And then when it kept happening, me and Deshaun were just like, well, pulled him out of that fire, I guess.
Just keep doing it.
They keep doing it over and over
Minor
and over
spoiler.
again.
There's a part of that movie where they need to be in Boston. The bad guys need to be in Boston.
Yeah,
but they're in a base, and you don't know where the base is. They're just in a base.
And one of the characters leaves the base to try and go to Boston. I'm not going to say for why, but she tries to go to Boston, and literally the base is right outside of Boston. Now, I remember leaning over to Sean, you know what? If they were in, like, New York, that's closer to Boston, but not quite there, I would have been okay. I would have been like, all right, she's still got to hike a little bit, or it's still got to hike a little bit. But literally right outside the city? What? That's convenient. And the fact that's the base they chose to bunker down in was the one outside of Boston. Too convenient. Way too convenient. This movie is literally way too convenient. But
I'm gonna give my rating. I personally think it has a lot of flaws. It's a very flawed movie. It's far from perfect.
But there are many other movies I would watch this.
Yeah, there's many movies. I'd watch this over Venom. I'd watch this over Aquaman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In a heartbeat of a second.
Mainly, like I said, like the monster fighting literally saves this movie from being like just, oh my God, what the
monster. I'm gonna give this movie a 7. To me, the monster fighting, the design of the creatures, the sound design. Not the visuals were just so spectacular. I enjoyed the main character. I enjoyed the design of all the creatures, the lore. The lore was very epic. The feel of the movie when it was working was very epic.
Yeah, when it was working.
And I thought that the main guy was fun. I thought that Ken Watanabe, I'm saying his name wrong, the Let Him Fight guy. You've seen him in the first one.
Or Kazimoto from Last Samurai.
Yeah, I thought that he was great. I thought that he was good. I thought that his wife, Kyle's wife was good. And like I said, I had fun with this movie. It has a litany of problems, but I think that from a visual standpoint, I won't forget it.
Yeah, no, I won't forget this movie for a while. The monster fights alone, I'll always remember. But the characters I'll forget about. The monster fights I won't.
Yeah.
And it's... Oh, man. Like I said, I'm coming to a hard decision because it's not a bad movie. I agree with Sean. It's not a bad movie. It's far from it. I would watch this over Aquaman. I watched this over Venom. I watched this over a lot of different movies. I give it a 6.5.
That's fair.
Slightly above average movie. I mean, like I said, it's not a bad movie, but like, there's so many problems in it that just stick out to me so bad where I'm just like, what?
Why do you care so much about the human people in a monster movie?
Oh my God. I think Sean made a comment about that. I just looked at him. I'm like, what?
You're just seeing this to see people beat people up, okay?
If I wanted to see that, to see Transformers.
Jeez, now you're giving me bad indigestion.
But anyway, guys, I give it a 6.5. It's almost a 7, but like it's just there's all the
To me, I gave it a 7 because, like I said, I think from an artistic value perspective, the visuals, the lore, the way it looked,
the way it looked was good.
I was just like, this looks
And
spectacular.
hell, you know what? I even liked the like somewhat advanced human tech. I was like, okay, looks like we got somewhat smarter after Godzilla showed up in 14. Great. But anyway, that was like a minor bonus. But anyway, guys, but that was my opinion and Deshaun's opinion of Godzilla, King of Monsters, and we will spoil. It's not really a spoiler because it's basically news at this point. They are making Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah,
and even though I might think that movie might at least either be on par, maybe hopefully slightly better than this one, I'm still gonna go see it.
Yeah,
I want to see fucking King Kong. No, I want to see Godzilla on his throne, on his high horse.
and King Kong just roll up to the club like, bitch!
You're like, bitch!
I lay down a fucking challenge.
Like, just beating his chest, like,
Dude,
oh,
I'm not gonna lie,
shit.
I just saw that visual in my head of Godzilla going, like, screaming, and King Kong just going, like, oh,
and he's like 10
shit!
times, and he's like 10 times the size of when
Why
we
do
last saw him.
I heard ding ding?
Let's get ready to rumble!
You know that's how they're gonna promote it.
Oh god!
Oh, you know they're gonna promote it like a boxing match.
Jesus. But anyway, that's gonna be the third movie in the franchise, and there's no post credit scene, so don't stay afterwards. Not really a big point. It's not really a big thing. There are some tidbits during the credits that you might pick up, like a few things. So
they
stick around for that part. At
they
least.
do a lot of world building
in
those.
But it's so though. I can't tell if that's shoddy world building or if that's just like half-ass. Like, is that good or like it's weird because I'm like I want to like it because guess what? Skull Island did that.
I think
Skull
they should
Island
have just
did that.
simply did a post credit scene.
Yeah, of something. Anyway, but anyway, guys. So that was our review of
Godzilla,
King of Monsters. Thank you so much for joining us on
Time to Get a Movie Show.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of us in the future, and we shall see you
on the next one.
Goodbye.